Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm Bob, and today I want to talk about something that's been growing brighter in my heart, the tapestry of life, and how when you really look, you can begin to see that it's all stitched together by one single thread: love. And not the kind of love we box up with labels or only save for certain people. I'm talking about the real stuff, the quiet force that undergirds everything, the thread that runs through time, people, pain, beauty, grief, laughter, creation, and healing. It's what we're made of. And when we start seeing the world that way, even the parts we thought were torn or meaningless, those begin to shine. So let's zoom out today. Let's pull back the curtain and try to see the tapestry, your tapestry, our tapestry, through the eyes of love. Every moment of your life has a thread. Some are bright and wild, woven in joy, adventure, connection. Some are dark, tangled, even painful, woven in struggle or silence. But all of them are part of the same cloth. And more than that, they're all connected. You weren't dropped randomly into a void. You are stitched into a living work of art. Something so big and wide and alive that you'll never fully see it from this side of existence. But that doesn't mean it isn't real. In fact, I believe it's more real than anything we can touch. And every time you choose love, every time you respond with kindness instead of fear, every time you listen instead of judge, forgive instead of punish, you change the pattern. The design shifts, the colors brighten, the threads tighten. The world gets stronger because your love has weight. It has form. It's not invisible, even if you can't always see the ripple it creates. When you zoom in on a tapestry, like really close, you can't always make out the pattern. You just see a clump of threads, some messier than others, some twisted, some barely hanging on. That's how life feels sometimes, doesn't it? We're right up against it, living stitch by stitch, wondering if any of it matters. But when you pull back just a little, you start to see how that struggle you went through 10 years ago became the grounding thread for the compassion you show today. How that person you forgave is now teaching someone else to forgive. How a kind word you gave last week rippled forward and softened a heart you'll never even meet. That's the design, guys. That's the mystery. That's the miracle. And the best part, you're not done weaving. Every breath you take is another chance to add something beautiful to the cloth, to bring color to someone else's gray, to mend what's torn, to tie old strands back together. And what's amazing, what fills me with joy, is that we don't have to do it perfectly. There's no pattern you have to follow. Love isn't math, it's art. And like any masterpiece, the flaws are often the most moving parts. It's your thread, your story, your chance to make the tapestry more alive because you were here. So today, I invite you to live as if your thread matters, because it does, more than you know. Live as if every loving act adds light, because it does. Speak from your soul. Touch hearts. Laugh freely. Be bold with your love, not because it's always easy, but because it's always worth it. And when you feel lost or small or tangled, remember, you're not alone. You are part of something bigger. You are woven into a story that began long before you were born and will stretch long after you're gone. But your thread is eternal. It's always there. And it's being woven right now in real time through every act of love you give. Let's make it count. Until next time, guys, this is Infinite Threads, and I love you for being part of this story. And I love you all very, very, very much. And you know what I need you to do? Go out and pass that on. Later, Gators. Bye-bye.
Every story, every